Well, hello, beautiful people. I have more patriotic DIYs for you as a part of the Patriotic DIYs playlist. I'll share more about that further on into the video. So without further ado, let's jump right into DIY number 1. Just to let you know also, I'll be reusing some DIYs that I had in my stash set aside, as well as a Dollar Tree Patriotic window cling. So I'm starting with this piece that I already done. It had on a truck, a little metal truck on it. Don't ask me where the metal truck went, but I saw it and I decided to reuse it. So I cut the little red truck from the window cling and I am placing that in the center just like that. But before I did that, I'm going to use some Mod Podge to adhere that to the surface. So I peeled off the backing. I fussy cut this out very close to the image, cutting off the white parts from around the border of the truck. And then once I place the Mod Podge on, I'm going to place that in the center. And then I use the Mod Podge to go over that to seal everything. After I use the brayer to just make sure that everything was snugged tightly onto the surface. And then I use the Mod Podge. I got this little Mod Podge brush from Plaid. And it had a little blue star right in the center. I just used some tacky glue to replace that blue star. And this is done, quick and easy. This is the Patriotic DIYs playlist hosted by Tasha from Sunflower Tasha DIYs, and her guest host is Julie from Sweetie and Butterflies. Links to their channels will be down in my description box as well as the playlist. Make sure to check them out for some patriotic inspiration. This next one is also a DIY I had done, and this was in my stash as well. So here I thought about repainting this, but I said to myself, let me try the crackling effect. So here I am just applying some school glue on the surface. I took some white acrylic paint and I'm just going over the little slats in one direction with the brush. And as I was doing that, I could see the glue from underneath started coming up. So I took the heat gun and applied the heat and I could see it crackling. And I'm like, this is my first time trying this crackling effect. I've never tried it before and this time it's perfect. I already had a surface that had paint and glue and all of that on there, so why not? So now I took the sign that I had cut out from the window cling and separated the words "Proud to be an American," and I'm aligning them just slightly off on the right of the board. And once I made sure that they were aligned properly, I peeled off the back, added some Mod Podge, and then lined those up and sealed it. And then I got two little sprigs of boxwood pick. Snip those off, glue them to the top left corner. And I had a burlap bow. Just use the lighter and cinch that. Trim down the tails a little bit. Glue that in the center of the boxwood pick. I got this patriotic flag picks from my 99-cent store, and I thought of adding this as further embellishment. So I took 2 of them, used the furniture marker and just painted the sticks, snip off the little points, and then glued them on to the side. I thought it needed something else, so I took a little makeup sponge with a little antique wax and just distressed the edges. And I went in the corners, in the openings. I later took a fine point marker and I wrote on the word I am, and this completes this one. Let me know what you think about this one. Now we're jumping into DIY number 3. This is another one that I had used, a little mason jar. I had gotten that from the Dollar Tree. I sanded it down and painted it with 2 coats of this folk art furniture chalk paint. And after it dried, before I did anything else, I decided to seal it first. So I applied some Mod Podge on both sides. And after that dried, I took a piece of, well, 2 pieces of baker's twine, both red and blue, and I wrapped that around the lid of the jar twice, and then made a little bow off to the left. And then I took my window cling again. Here I cut out the pair of boots. I decided not to use that one. I chose the L-Star VE Love. And of course peeled off that, applied the Mod Podge. Now I didn't fussy cut this one because it's going against a white background, so I figured more or less that the white on the border would not be seen. And then for the reverse side, I took the word freedom, established 1776, and the word USA, cut those out, glued on, applied the Mod Podge and stick those on, and then went over this side with some more Mod Podge to seal everything. And then of course to distress, I took the makeup sponge and some antique wax and distressed the edges of this. I wanted to add something else on top of the love, but I could not find anything that would be cohesive with this design, so I chose to leave it alone. And here the 2 sides are. Now we're on to DIY number 4. This is a larger mason jar. Already used this one. It was in the fall section. I used this for fall last year. So I just soaked off the top part that was there and then sanded it down. And I went with this 2 coats of apple barrel. And here the section or the side that had the glue, when I applied the paint, I realized that this could actually be crackled. So I applied the paint and then some heat, and you could see it crackling. So I went with it. And now that's done and dried, I'm now fussy cutting the bouquet of flowers. I think this is a metal tin with flowers and a bow. So cute. Now for the lid, this was already painted in orange, so I took some folk art plastic paint. Now this part is optional. You can either scrape the paint off first and then apply your paint, but I chose to just paint over it because the plastic paint was perfect for this. And then after that dried, I set it aside and I took some red paint and a dry brush, and just lightly went over the surface in strokes. And then I took a wet baby wipe and just rubbed that in and then dried it. And I did the same thing with this piece, applied the Mod Podge to the back of it and then just paste that down, and then went over the surface again with the Mod Podge brush to seal it. If you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. And on that note of thrift flip, I just published a thrift flip video, which is a part of a thrift flip playlist that has a giveaway. So if you have not yet seen that video, I will link that in my description box below so you can check that out after you're done watching this playlist, of course. And I will have my giveaway announcement coming soon. I'm trying to do that for my next video for one of the videos I have remaining for this weekend. So be sure to look out for that one as well. So as you saw, I glued on the lid, glued on a bow, and that's it for that one. And here we are for the final reveal. 4 quick and easy patriotic DIYs that did not cost me anything because I used what I had in my stash. Let me know, guys, which one of these was your favorite, and be sure to check out the host channels as well as the playlist. And if you love budget-friendly content like this one and you would like to watch more, I suggest this video right here, or binge watch while you're doing your chores, this playlist. And stay safe, my friends, until my next one. Bye.